Okay, imagine this. You're on a totally normal train ride, say from Seattle down to LA. You doze off, you're dreaming of the California coast, but when you wake up, you're not in LA. You're somewhere else entirely. That's the jump-off point for Fessamungus, a story where an ordinary trip goes completely off the rails and into a world that just shouldn't exist.
This is one of the first things our hero hears in this new place. It's not really an answer, is it? It's more like a riddle. A clue that tells him he's not just lost, he's stepped into a world that operates on a whole different level of logic.
I mean, seriously, what would you do? It's such a wild question, but that's what makes this story so cool. It takes this huge, fantastical idea and makes you wonder, okay, if that were me, what would be my first move? So let's meet our guy, Roger Bennett. Just a regular person on a regular Amtrak train. He falls asleep, and when he wakes up, the train is pulling into a station he's never seen before, in a city that's definitely not on any map. The magical and very, very confusing city of Blankenshire. And this is where it goes from weird to terrifying. He steps onto the platform, turns around, and poof, everything is gone. The train, the tracks, the station, his one and only link back to his life, just erased from existence. He is completely, totally stranded. Right when he's about to have a complete meltdown, and who could blame him, this old man appears and gives him a single, cryptic piece of advice. Seek out Fessamungus, the wizard. It's not a lot to go on, but hey, in a world where trains disappear, it's the only lead he's got. So, Roger knows he can't figure this out on his own. He needs a team. And lucky for him, it turns out he's not the only one in Blankenshire who's looking for something. He's about to meet some interesting characters. First, he meets Shar, a street performer who knows the city and agrees to be his guide. Then they run into Theo, a guy with a car and a whole lot of baggage. And finally, there's Leo, a spiritual type who is already on a quest of his own. An unlikely crew, for sure, but they all need answers. Now this Theo guy, he's a whole different story. He's not just some random driver. Turns out he's on the run, accused of stealing a ton of money, and there's a shady green car that keeps showing up. He adds a whole new layer of real-world danger to their magical problem. It's Leo, the believer, who puts it all together. He looks at this random group of people who just happened to meet and says, you know what? This isn't a coincidence. He's convinced some higher power is nudging them all in the same direction, toward the same goal. And that direction leads them right to the wizard's front door. They finally made it. But you know how these things go. In a world like Blankenshire, help is never simple, and it's certainly never free. There's always a catch. And here's where the story just gets fun. You're picturing like a wise old wizard with a long beard and flowing robes, right? Nope. Fessamungus walks out in a plain blue jumpsuit and sneakers. He looks more like he's about to go change your oil than cast a spell. An all-powerful wizard who looks like a totally normal dude. So Fessamungus lays out the plan. It's a classic three-step quest. 1. Find the local witch, Morbidianna. 2. Get the magic key she wears. 3. Use that key to bring Roger's train back. Simple enough, right? Well, about that catch, the wizard doesn't want gold or some ancient book. His price for helping Roger get home? He wants a ticket. He wants to get on the train with Roger and go back to our world. All of a sudden, this isn't just about getting home. It's about bringing a wizard back with him. So, the mission is on. First stop, the witch's lair. But if you're picturing a creepy cottage in a dark forest, well, you haven't been paying attention to how Blankenshire works. Forget haunted castles. The witch, she runs her operation from the top of a glittering downtown skyscraper called the Tower of Mirrors. It's all glass and steel, a monument to corporate power and, as the story says, vanity. A perfect modern twist on the classic witch's tower. And the witch herself, Morbidianna is her witchy name, but the world knows her as Bianna Blackswan. She's the super glamorous, super powerful CEO of a massive cosmetics company. She's part fairy tale villain, part cutthroat corporate executive. What a combo. So the question is, how do you get into a high-security skyscraper and steal a magic key from a mind-reading CEO witch? You don't storm the gates. You come up with a plan that's part magic, part con job, and a whole lot of nerve. Their plan hinges on this thing called a spirit cabinet. It's basically a super rare, super valuable occult artifact. And Fessamungus knows that Bianna, being a collector, won't be able to resist getting her hands on it. So he sends it to her as a gift. It's a Trojan horse, basically, designed to play right into her ego.
But here's the huge problem. Bianna can read minds. Any plan should be dead on arrival. Except there's a loophole, a big one. Her power, it turns out, doesn't work on people from other worlds. She literally cannot read Roger's mind. He's her one and only blind spot.
And this is the real high-wire act. The second she's near Roger, she'll know something's wrong, because she'll just get static, total silence. The gamble is that her curiosity about why she can't read him will be stronger than her suspicion. His immunity is both his greatest weapon and a giant flashing warning sign. To sweeten the odds, Fessamungus gives them an ace in the hole. It's called the paralyzer globe, a little glass sphere with a spell inside that can freeze the witch solid in an instant. And because she can't read his thoughts, Roger is the only one who can carry it without her knowing what's about to hit her. So the plan is a go. Roger and Leo suit up as delivery guys, Fessamungus and the others hang back, posing as tourists, watching the whole thing on a magic mirror. They waltz right into corporate headquarters, get escorted all the way up to her massive private office, and set up the cabinet. So far, so good. And that's where we are. They're in. They are standing in the heart of the enemy's territory. The bait is set, the tension is through the roof, and the witch, Bianna Blackswan, could walk through that door at any second. They've made it past security. The Trojan cabinet is in place. Roger has the paralyzer globe in his pocket. Everyone is holding their breath. The only question left is, what happens when she finally arrives?